Good morning, and thank you for joining me here for this meditation. It is a short meditation, about 20 minutes, and it is a wonderful thing to have an extra hour of sleep, waking up refreshed, hopefully. I had sugar for the first time last night in several weeks, so I'm interested to see how this day unfolds with sugar in my system. I'm going back off sugar as of the moment I woke up this morning. I hope you all got to see the moon last night. It was kind of incredible on a Halloween night, nice and chilly. Today I am sitting in a chair, and I just want to show a little bit how I'm sitting here. I'm sitting right to the front edge of the chair. If I sit back to the back of the chair, it's easy to kind of slump in. So today I'm going to show you sitting in a chair with legs in right angles where your feet are on the floor. Now, if you're sitting on a chair and it's the only one you have and it's a little tall for you, you can always compensate and bring blocks under your feet to get to the right angle. So you can make it possible for a chair to fit you where you are. Yoga and meditation meet you where you are, and that's all we need. Let's take a seat, and you can sit on the floor crossing your legs, stacking your ankles one in front of the other, or putting your feet out in front of you, as long as your pelvis is in a neutral place, just slightly in front of your sit bones. Feel the feet in contact with the ground, or your legs in contact with the ground. That's your roots. And then bringing your spine upward into its natural curves and contours, shoulders over the hips. Hands sliding back just a little bit above the knees to where your elbows feel like heavy plumb lines coming right down from your shoulders. I'm taking the mudra of calm abiding here today, and that's palms down, and that's to calm the mind. If you are sleepy, if you are really getting into that extra hour of sleep, consider bringing your hands into a stacked position, fingertips tucking into the roots of the fingers and the thumbs slightly apart, and letting your hands relax in your lap. Again, because I have sugar in my system, I think I'm going palms down. Take a moment to set your head back on top of your spine. We forget that that's where it goes because we're on devices so much. So bring the head back. A very gentle lift through the roof of your mouth and through the top of your head. And take a moment to mark this position. This is home base physically. And you may notice when you're meditating that your posture goes back into familiar ways of sitting. It's okay to reset your posture. That's an awakening. That's coming back into this present moment. The breath is also an anchor of awareness, and we will place our awareness in the rings of our nostrils so we can feel the breath moving in and out. Being interested in the details of the breath. But our attention is not too tight and it's not too loose. It's a challenge to keep ourselves there. And this is a very simple practice, but that's all we're required to pay attention to. Bringing ourselves into this place of awareness of things that are present with us. And we pick one anchor that we return to. And as we're anchored, we can start broadening our awareness to other things that are present with us, such as the posture, the feeling of connection to the floor and the seat, the temperature of the air on our skin, the sounds in the room where we are, even the sense of things, maybe the scent of breakfast in the air or coffee, the taste in our mouth, maybe remnants of breakfast if we've had that already, or coffee or juice. The point is to keep returning. The simple practice of replacing our awareness in this moment. We will do it many times during this practice, and that's okay. The state of our mind, the state of our heart, the state of our physical being Those are all what they are. We come as we are, and that's all we do. We accept what's here. We don't judge it. We don't push it away. We don't desire something different. We notice those things, but we don't get caught up in the stories, the fantasies. So today we'll concentrate on the simplicity of the process, being seated, finding our breath, and returning every time we catch ourselves straying away. I encourage you to take a really deep breath in and gather all the threads of your awareness and bring them into this moment. Exhale them all the way down into the connections you feel with your feet and the seat. And then let your breath return into its natural state of being. Bring your awareness into the rings of your nostrils. And remember the simple practice of returning. And if we find that we're clenching and resisting being here, reminding ourselves to soften into this moment, it's okay. I'm going to ring the bell and we'll start. And when I ring it again, we'll finish. Practicing with eyes open, we'll take our gaze forward and down. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Blink when necessary. Gently deepen your breath. Blink your eyes and move your limbs in any way that releases you. From our lesson today, I hope you can remember the process of finding a seat, finding your breath, and replacing your attention on the breath when you lose your sense of being in the present moment. This is a process that works when we're sitting in meditation, and it's a process that works when we're off our mats. So I encourage you to practice the process wherever you are today, whatever you're doing. Be fully attentive to what you're doing. Find your roots, find your seat in that task or activity or that moment. Find your breath. Take in everything that's here for you in the moment. And when you leave the moment, come back to it. Tomorrow's practice and Tuesday's practice will focus on more techniques for when you're feeling a little more anxious. I know that there's a lot of anxiety in the air with things that are going on in the world. So tomorrow we will focus on ways to improve our ability to hold our attention, to hold our seat, and to replace our attention when we find that we've uprooted. Let's take the merits of this practice and send the benefits out to all beings, including ourselves, bringing palms together to the heart. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Let's bow together. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day, and you can see this on YouTube later today if you need a replay. Take care.